I got to look at this cover crop the other day after I made my last video showing y'all kind of the update. I got to look at it a little bit closer, and this Sudan's beginning to form a head pretty quickly. This wasn't near this size 3 days ago, and you can see all the different ones down in there. And the very last thing I want is for this to go to seed and I have to fight it from now on. So I'm gonna go ahead and cut it today. I'm gonna chop and drop it. I don't think I have ever seen anyone do it this way. So if you laugh, that's cool. I don't care, because it works really well. I did it in these tunnels, and yes, it grew back, but that was my fault for not leaving it covered long enough. But I'll show you how I'm gonna do it, and that right there might give it away. All right, so I'm gonna use hedge clippers. Best thing I could come up with. Like I said, I used it on the other tunnel and it worked pretty well. So if nothing else, it'll be entertaining to watch, I hope. It's entertaining to do. There we go. Let me go see something real quick. So here's a tip. When you run off a generator for electricity, when you turn it on, you gotta turn it off the choke. Still had the generator on choke. So let's see if it works a little better now. Oh boy. Alright guys, so with all my mechanical wisdom that I don't have, I did the only thing I know how to do. And that was turn it off, wait a minute, turn it back on. Now it works. So I'm gonna go ahead and say I fixed it. Alright, let's see how this goes. That's pretty thick. Not want to cut that one. Alright, so this kind of gives you an idea of how that works. It would work really well if that Sudan wasn't quite so tall and thick, which is what it's supposed to do, but it does make it tough on that hedge clippers to cut it. That gives you the idea of the thickness. So I'm gonna go ahead and get this done. Pray I don't burn up my hedge clippers so I don't get yelled at by my wife. So I'm like halfway done. I feel like a 90-year-old man. My lower back is killing me. I had to change shirts because the mosquitoes are insane from all the rain we had last week, I guess. Like there's one flying around me right now the size of a freaking bird. But halfway done. I think it's taking me 12 minutes to get halfway done, so I already know I'm never planting Sudan again in a cover crop. I'll explain why when I get done. But I'm exhausted. This is pathetic. Okay, I'm done. I took 17 minutes to chop that. And I feel like I've been on a step mill or a treadmill at 10 miles an hour for 17 minutes. That was flipping exhausting. But you can definitely tell the amount of biomass that I have, the amount of carbon that I laid down, or will be carbon. I was going to show you just a couple of things though. This is why I'll never grow Sudan again. Because wherever the end of this is going to be, there it is right there. That's going to cause problems when I go to plant lettuce in the spring here, which is the plan. So I don't know, that root, that's gonna suck. I mean, that's gonna take a while to break down. So yeah, and this is why I cut it, because it was starting to go to seed. I'm gonna go through here. I probably shouldn't have to, or I don't have to, but I'm gonna go through there and pick the big heads out and throw off to the side, just so it doesn't germinate or, you know, go to seed and germinate in the spring. I'm gonna try to find the bigger ones. What else? So that's Sudan, in case some of y'all don't know. I didn't cut that down. We'll go back with a hatchet and cut that down. And that stalk was just too thick. It was kind of funny though, because I was coming through here, I was trying to find one here, and there's beans in here, there's legumes, and the beans actually went to seed, or actually started making pods. Seeing if I could find one real quick. I don't see one. But yeah, the beans had already made pods. So I might have a few green beans in here come next spring. So what I think I'm gonna do is rake all this up, make my pathways nice and clean again, and haul in a little bit of compost and dump on top of it and go ahead and form my beds. And that'll help to break down the green a lot faster if you have soil on the bottom and soil on the top. I think that'll help. And then I'll tarp it. I'll put a billboard sign over the top of it so that it doesn't get, water doesn't erode the topsoil that I put on top of it away. So anyway, hopefully somebody learned something, or at least you got a little bit of entertainment out of it. So hit me up if you have any questions. Always happy to help, guys. I can tell you what not to do a lot more than I can tell you what to do though. There's a brassica that was in the cover crop, which is funny because it's 105 probably 10 or 12 days, and the brassica grew just fine in the cover crop. Is that the bean? I think that's one of the beans right there to have a pod on it. No, but it's about to bloom. But anyway, hit me up if you need anything, guys.